This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. So, Shalom. I want to begin a lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double blessings and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Back at y'all with another lesson, man, through the spirit. Gonna be going through this article that I seen pop up on my feed. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this. Lord willing, this edifying to those out there listening and watching. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. And it reads, it says, scientists warn if a 1,000-foot mega tsunami spurs from an active fault line, it could wipe part of America off the map. This is
What if a wave?
via the Independent. So I'm just going to read this article. It says scientists are warning that a 1,000-foot tall mega tsunami could potentially wipe a large chunk of America off the map if a strong enough earthquake hits a specific active fault line over the next 50 years. Now, these people, man, they think and they want to project like they have a lot of time left in this kingdom, man. I want to go ahead and get this. This is Daniel 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against... let me get it. Verse 23. Thus he said... let's get verse 22. Salaki. My point is in 25. Until the Ancient of Days came, which is Yahweh, in judgment... Salaki. Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which is the Roman Empire, which we're still in right now. The revived Roman Empire, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns, which is talking about the EU, out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them. He shall be diverse from the first. He shall subdue 3 kings, which is talking about the rise of America, and the 3 kings that are subdued was Spain, the Brits, and the French. Right. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear it out, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, right? So that's why I brought this up, was it's about them changing times and stuff like that. They think that they can predict, they have the ability to predict when an active fault line is going to go off, right? Oh, it's not gonna go on for another 20 to 30 years, 40 to 50 years. What's gonna happen when that motherfucker goes off tomorrow, right? If it were to, I'm just saying. What will happen, Esau? They ain't gonna be saying nothing. They're gonna be quiet. Oh, well, that was just an estimation. Oh, okay. I'm gonna finish that verse. And they shall be given into him, into his hand, until a time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, his rulership, to consume and to destroy it until the end. All right? So we're seeing the crumbling of his kingdom right now. The end of his rulership is starting to unfold very, very quickly. But Esau, Edom, they always think they can control things, work on their time, right? Everything's going according to their plan, right? This is Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through, right? So Esau, Edom has, let me see. Job 5 and 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong, right? So I'm just speaking in general here, right? Like I said, man, these Edomites, they have plans and whatnot. They think things are gonna go based on how they want it to go. Oh, it's not gonna. We have at least 50 years before we need to worry about that. Before it could actually do anything. That's generally what they're saying to themselves. And they actually, there's no possible way of them knowing that. Alaska, Hawaii, and parts of the mainland, America's west coast, are at risk if an earthquake erupts along the Cascadia subduction zone, a fault stretching from northern Vancouver Island to Cape Mendocino, California. All of these, there's always, number one, I want to say this, there's always earthquakes over there on the west coast. And number two, we have a fault line right below us that is in New Madrid, Missouri, which isn't that far away. It's probably like a couple hours, maybe 2 hours away, if that, 2-3 hours away. A recent study by Virginia Tech geoscientists, but in the same instance, man, that type of stuff is only the Lord could put something like that in place, man. All right. It's almost like setting a landmine in the field of your property, and it's been there for years upon years, right? And then people come later on down the line and they take your land. They take the land from your people. But that landmine is still there from years and years and years ago. And it's just waiting for somebody to step on it, or it's waiting to be tripped and set off. But it's been forgotten about, so nobody knows it's out there. Right? It's kind of similar scenario. All right, they know of it. They don't know when that thing's going to go off. It's according to when the Lord wants it to go off, right? Until they've done enough wickedness, until enough righteous until enough of the elect has woken up, right? Then that's when those type of things will go down, right? When we're in Jacob's trouble, or even when we're in, or even when we come upon the second death, which is the missiles. There's no telling, but we know that it's very close. A recent study by Virginia Tech geoscientists published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences estimates that there's a 15% chance of a magnitude 8.0 earthquake hitting the region within the next 50 years. Let me see this. Oh, I wonder if this is what I'm looking for. This is 1 Timothy 6:20. Let me make sure this is correct, though. That quake, which will potentially flush away cities like Seattle and Portland, Oregon, could also sink coastal land by as much as 6.5 feet, according to the findings. So I really should have got this, so I can. This is Matthew 24 and verse 7. For a nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? And we've already been in the beginning of sorrows, man. All right, when it says you hear of loud commotions and whatnot. It might be 2nd Ezra 9. I did spell that right. It's got to be 2nd Ezra 9. Oh, yeah, here it is. 2nd Ezra 9. We can get verse 1. My point being at 3. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, right? And in the scriptures, it mentions that as well, right? Things that were written before our time was written for our learning, right? Roughly paraphrased. But they saying it's supposed to be 1,000 MEGA-TSUNAMI, right? A tsunami is just an earthquake in the water. In that instance, and there's really no way to prepare for a tsunami besides getting the hell out of there. In that instance, the MEGA-TSUNAMI's waves could reach up to 1,000 feet. Putting millions of Americans at new risk. It's damn near no escaping that. That's deadly, man. Shall there be loud uproars in the cities, and the Lord Yahweh hath not done it? Amos 3:6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh hath not done it? Surely the Lord, Most High Power, Yahweh, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. While ordinary tsunamis produce waves standing a few feet tall, mega-tsunamis are characterized by extreme height, with the waves often stretching hundreds of feet into the air. Unlike gradual climate-driven events, this potential earthquake would happen within minutes, leaving no time for adaptation or mitigation. The scientists warn. Like I said, man, they said 1,000 feet, nigga. It ain't no. It's not. There isn't no. There isn't no escaping that, right? This is judgment on the day of the Lord, right? And Babylon's about to suffer many different plagues that are about to pop up on our ass. This is just one of them, man. This is just one of them that could potentially be used in the day of the Lord's wrath. He's going to lay this land desolate, ultimately, through fire, right? Through hellfire. But that's not the only type of plagues or judgment that's going to be placed upon this place, man. Behold, the day of the Lord, Yahweh cometh. This is Isaiah 13:1, 13:9, Salaki. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Right. For the stars of heaven, and like I said, I know this isn't specifically talking about this prophecy, but it's talking about judgment that the Lord is going to bring. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. I wanted to get this though, verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, right? So that's why more and more of these plagues keep popping up. Things around the world keep getting worse and worse, man. And there seems to be no peace at all. And the wicked for their iniquity, right? Their judgment is starting to unfold on their ass. And I will cause the arrogance, and it's only gonna get worse from here, man. We really haven't seen nothing yet, especially for America, right? And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, right? Because, like I said from the get-go, Esau Edom thinks that they actually have control over things. They can predict or see if they can time when this thing's gonna happen. No, it doesn't work like that, man. The Most High rules in the kingdom of men. He controls all of this shit. You don't control nothing. It's a false sense of control. The expansion of the coastal floodplain following a Cascadia subduction zone earthquake has not been previously quantified, and the impacts to land use could significantly increase the timeline of recovery, said Tina Dura, lead author of the study and assistant professor in Virginia Tech's Department of Geosciences. The new research found the most severe effects would be in southern Washington, northern Oregon, and northern California. Alaska and Hawaii, though further from the fault line, are vulnerable because of their seismic and volcanic profiles. I could have sworn I seen something talking about a volcano the other day as well. A volcano that was underground. Like, I believe under the water, some type of body of water There also has not been a quake of large seismic magnitude along the Cascadia subduction zone since 1700. Right? It would be a good time for this motherfucker to pop off. It really would. It's going to heap on to Esau's multitude of judgments that it has to face. This is Revelation 19 and verse 1. And after these things, I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, Alleluia, salvation and glory and honor and power unto the Lord our God, Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah, of course. For true and righteous are his judgments, for he has judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and hath avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. Right? And these judgments that are going on to this great whore, which the great whore is Babylon, right? America. Which did this is the headquarters of wickedness. The headquarters of wickedness. That in Israel. Which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and hath avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. I should say that Israel is the headquarters. America is the most prominent company they have. How about that? Right? That's their biggest vendor, so to speak. But all these things are about to come upon this place. Right? The Lord is about to start judging these major cities, man. Like Sodom and Gomorrah, because they are Sodom and Gomorrah now, which is called spiritual Sodom and Egypt. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and close it off there. Lord willing, this hustle was edifying to those out there listening and watching. Call hello Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rukaha Kodash. Double blessings and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel. Shalom. And as always, man, we one day closer to the kingdom. Shalom.